We're getting the Freeport runway set up again. We're helping reset up air traffic control in Freeport and communications to allow for civilian traffic to come in, triage centers, medical casualty collection and screening. We mentioned the flight restrictions over the Bahamas. The two airports that are functioning right now are Marsh Harbor and Sandy Point, and they're only working with military from the United Kingdom, Bahamas, and the United States, as well as that coordinated through the Bahamian government. In addition, I want to briefly talk about what the Red Cross is doing down there. They deployed 24 staff members. They've had a whole host of supplies, from plastic sheets to buckets to disaster kits to chainsaws. An initial contribution a few days ago was $200,000, but that's quickly rising to well over millions, as well as 2 urban search teams. Yesterday and today, our delegation has signed on to letters to make it easier for Bahamians who are coming across to Florida to suspend visa requirements. As many of you may know, many Bahamians don't even need visas to come over or travel back and forth, as many Americans don't need visas to travel over to the Bahamas, provided you go through certain screenings and processes. But we want to expedite, waive, and suspend any requirements we can, so that any Bahamians who want to come to, whether it's Central Florida or South Florida, will be able to do so. Those letters went out yesterday, and another from House members, a bipartisan one, will come out today. But let me finish by saying that I know we'll talk about some of the potential relief efforts, some of the nonprofits. We're joined by Commissioner Ortiz now too. Well, thank you for being here. I'm stressing that you can make contributions through USAID.gov/Dorian. That's USAID.gov/Dorian. And also the Red Cross. They're working with organizations on the ground. What you will find is the best way to help right now is with cash donations through these official government websites. And over the next few days to weeks, direct commodities will help out more. But what we saw both in our state and in Hurricane Maria and now in Puerto Rico is that if you contribute commodities too early, some of them get spoiled. They don't get to the people they need to because the lines of distribution aren't reestablished yet. So the best thing to do is to help out with those major organizations on the ground. And as a member of Congress, we have oversight over USAID. We have oversight over the Red Cross, so we can ensure that if you go through either USAID or the Red Cross, that your hard-earned dollars will be spent to help the people who need it most. And over the next couple of days to weeks, there'll be more opportunities, particularly coordinating through Miami, to help out with other nonprofits. So that's where you can do the most good the most quickly. With that, I want to start by first going to our state representatives and senators to talk about some of the things that the state may be able to get involved in. Then we're going to go briefly into the sheriff's experience in search and rescue. And then I want to pivot over to talk about what CAFA is doing and coordinating with. And then from there, we're going to go open it up to other panelists. But Senator Torres, Representative Cortez, thanks for being here. Any updates on state issues or things that you plan to work on?
Well, thank you, Congressman Soto, and thank everyone for being here today. I've been in contact with the Florida Department of Emergency Management and requested that they provide any help in the form of donating supplies, coordinating efforts for the Bahamas. Governor DeSantis, Senators Rubio and Scott are traveling to the Bahamas as we speak. They're on their way down there to assess and see, both from the federal and the state government, what they can offer to the Bahamian people. As you know, I will work also with local community organizations and elected officials to help collect supplies and send much aid to the Bahamas. I spoke last night to Senator Nelson from Puerto Rico. He's a senator from Ponce. And Puerto Rico is also helping assistance to the Bahamas. They also contributed and they will go and assist as well. As we saw the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico 2 years ago, the road to recovery is long, and the Bahamas will need all the assistance it can get during this difficult time to return to some state of normalcy for their people and the economy. So that's what is going on right now. We're in the assist and sending, and we will coordinate and let you know through my office. You can contact that as well.
Thank you, Senator. Representative?
Thank you. I just want to reiterate that the Senator has spoken about everything mostly. The only thing I want to reiterate is my party leader, Representative McGee, has gone down there with a couple of representatives already, and they're assessing the situation and seeing what they can do and what we can do together. But I want to stress that my office is always open for anybody to come or call and see anything they want to do, see what we can do, because this is a devastation to a whole community, a whole island. And we're human beings, and we need to reach out and help them out. So I hope nobody forgets that. Like I said before, I'm here to help. You got any ideas, please see me, come to the office, call me, and I'll be there. And let's get to work and let's get these people back to normalcy. And thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Sheriff, it would be great to hear, based upon your experience, to give people a feel for search and rescue efforts and how those things would work, since given your great experience in the area.
Well, with our office and working in conjunction with our local agencies, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, if something like this were to happen, we have teams that are trained to go out and do search and rescues. They are methodical in their search, and they're very careful, because these buildings, or whatever's left of the buildings, are going to be very unsafe, and it takes a person with special training to be able to get through these buildings without causing more damage or hurting the persons that are trapped inside, potentially. So, of course, the number one concern is preservation of life, first of all, and of course, trying to help these folks get back on their feet. And anything that your Osceola County Sheriff's Office can do to help the people of the Bahamas is something that we will step forward and do, just like we did with the folks in Puerto Rico. We worked with our another sheriff up in Pennsylvania, who we gathered supplies from them, truckloads of supplies, and they shipped it down to me, and we worked with our local churches in order to get these supplies over to Puerto Rico at a time that we could get the supplies there to make a difference on that island, and we'll do the same thing for the people in the Bahamas.
And Sheriff, one quick question. So how critical is the first 48 to 72 hours after a disaster? And what are some of the things that to sort of paint a picture for folks that you have to do during those time periods?
Well, you want to get in there, and because if people are trapped, especially in the heat there and the humidity in the Bahamas, every minute could mean a life. Every second could mean a life. And so the faster you can get in there and do your search and rescue teams and put these people boots on the ground to get in there and get that operation underway, those are lives potentially that you're going to be able to save, or potentially you won't be able to save. So we know that every second, every minute that goes by that we're not in there making a difference could mean more loss of life. And life is precious. We only get one shot at it. And so we are signed on to do whatever we can to preserve that.
Thank you, Sheriff. Next, we'll hear from members of CAFA talking about the human stories that you're hearing coming out of the Bahamas and other allies, and then we're going to give our city commissioners each a chance to be able to address some of the concerns that they have next after that.
Okay,
We'll start.
sure. Congressman, before I go into enumerating what I have to say, we have a representative here from Bahamas Air. Yes, Mr. Woodrow Wilson. He is the senior consultant of sales and marketing, and I know Mr. Wilson would like to express some sentiments. Please.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank you all, and I've been sitting here listening
Move
to,
the microphone a little further out.
I've been sitting listening to what's being said. I want to thank you on behalf of not only myself, as an individual that actually have family members in Freeport, and to contact with them during what's been taking place. The situation is desperate. I have a cousin that has a jet ski business, and I understand that he's had to use his jet skis to actually go out and rescue individuals that that needs to be taken care of. What we've done at Bahamas Air is basically, as of today, we've got 8 flights going back and forth to Abaco to bring individuals into Nassau. What we're looking at doing is actually assisting any organization here that has a need for transportation to Nassau, of course, because I understand it's difficult to get